Welcome back to MovieTrailerReviews.net. This is Chris and Phenom here, and we are back to review Rick Famuyiwa's latest movie. I think that's also the director of The Wood.
He is.
Life changes for Malcolm, a geek who survived life in a tough neighborhood after a chance invitation to an underground party leads to him and his friend into a Los Angeles adventure. Again, the movie is dope, and yeah, man.
The film does feel like The Wood. It definitely has that California feel to it, even with like A$AP Rocky being the main drug dealer character. He was actually able to drop the New York accent, which I know a lot of people were worried about what his acting was going to be like. He was actually able to drop that New York accent, unlike Astro in that damn movie about the little space alien, whatever that shit is called. I can't even think of what the damn movie is called right now. It's so fucking bad.
Listen, we need more movies like this, man. Like, we just do. I mean, this is just it's a good film. I mean,
Earth to Echo. That was the name of it. Fucking Earth to Echo. My God.
Yeah, it's just a great film. This to me is another one. It's another top 5. You know? It just feels good. We need films like this. The first thing that stands out to me about this film is what they did was, even though it's set in L.A. and in a tough neighborhood, Malcolm and his friends, and Malcolm's played by what is the name of the guy?
Shamik Moore.
Yeah,
Shamik Moore.
Yeah, him and the rest of his friends, they are not. They make it very clear at the beginning of this movie that they are not your typical black kids. I mean, they're basically like, yeah, we are not that stereotype of black kids. I mean, they have a punk rock band. What is it? What did they want them to play at the band that made them drop out of protest? Was it Drop It Like It's Hot or something like that? I can't remember what the song.
I definitely don't remember what that was.
I can't remember what the typical song that you would think that they would have a black, inner city band play was. Or they were like, we're not doing that, and so they're geeks. They're flat out geeks, and it's a story that follows them. I mean, but even though they're geeks and they're talking about, and we see a lot of this on Twitter all the time, but people saying, well, I'm different. They're still black,
Well, one of them is only 14% black.
Right. two and a quarter of them are black.
Right. He's 14%.
And they never run away from that. I mean, and I think the whole point of the movie is that you can't run away from your blackness. No matter how different you are, you're still black. Yeah. And it's a good story. It's a story for every person who, grew up a little different, but still had to deal with the realities of being black in America.
Well, it's weird because The Wood came out in the late 90s, and around that time we were getting films like this a lot. So, like Boys in the Hood and Poetic Justice, The Wood, just feel good, like, oh, me and my homies, we have a film. Boys in the Hood is not a feel good film. But right. Others were. And that era kind of, it dissolved because people like Singleton and what are the two brothers with the Hughes brothers, like and the Gary Gray, like those people just weren't directing films like that anymore. And because the 90s style of dress has come back into popularity, and because hip hop has had kind of a like a resurgence, and it is about dope lyricism and dope albums again, I think a lot of that affected why this film fits in 2015 and could have easily been dropped in 1995.
Yeah, I mean,
being able to tell the difference, it really transcends film, black film and black music, because everything that was popular then, it's still popular now. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. I'm a little scared though, because I don't want like John Singleton to be doing like Boys in the Hood 2, and I don't want like a Thursday film or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Even though it's similar to those films, to the films of the 90s, like even The Wood, I still kind of like this film and resonate more with this film than The Wood.
I like The Wood. I think The Wood is a corny ass film.
Right. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's like this film, again, it's directed by the same guy. I believe there's even one character that's the same in both of the movies.
That is an Easter egg, sir.
Yeah. So I didn't say who it was, but this to me is still a better film in a way than those were. I don't know.
No, it is. It's a better written film. The message is better. Like that, the message of The Wood was, man, never forget about them times you was a kid, and your friends always be there for you, and you'll get the girl you like. Like that was the message. It was extremely corny. It could have been written on the back of a cereal box. This film it has so much like socially and racially driven commentary in here that it's packaged as comedy, but it's really not. Like it's funny, and we have conversations like this all the time on our podcast. But to see that in a film, to see them discussing like white people using the N word,
I'm about to say that was the one that stayed out the most, because that is it doesn't dominate the film. It's a very small scene, but you're just like, yeah, that sums it up.
It dominated the conversation about as much as it does when you sit down and have a conversation like that with your friends. It's about 5 to 10 minutes of discussion and then it's over. You move on to something else, and that white man knows not to say nigga around you if that's what you're presenting. But it gets into drug dealing. It gets into just family values. It gets into being the weirdo kid. It deals with gang bullying. It deals with environment. Like it deals with it deals with so many social tropes in a 115-minute film.
It might be one of the more. I mean, granted. I mean, again, we came out this year. Selma came out, and we were all like, "Hey, that's a very relevant film because of all the things that were going on with Ferguson protests and things like that." I'm gonna be honest here right now. This film is either neck and neck with that, or maybe a little bit past that in terms of being socially relevant to me because of the subject matter that it broaches in a comedic way, where you're laughing, but you're like, oh no, that's actually a really relevant topic. Like Malcolm's speech at the end when he's talking about something, like it might be one of the greatest near ends of movies that I've seen in the longest time. Because like this is one of the only times that we've watched this film and people clapped in the film. We go, no, that deserved a clap.
Yeah,
that deserved a standing ovation
because
right there.
He beautifully summed up the message. Like if you didn't get it, if you just laughed through the whole movie, you get this exposition from him at the end, and it summed up everything.
I mean,
and
it really
you
was a mic drop.
Rock with it. Like if you didn't rock with it, you a bastard. You some type of savage.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a mic drop at the end. I mean, it's not technically the end of the film, but they really could have ended it right there, and I'd just been like, yeah, you just walk it off, yo. You just walk off, walk off home run.
There is this film, and while I think this film is perfect, I think it's perfect, but I can definitely see that there are some flaws with how it plays out. First of all, so there are two characters that they really don't use that much at all, and that is, and I'm not really upset about that, but I just thought it was weird that they didn't use them that much. Zoe Kravitz and Kimberly Elise, which is his mother.
Yeah, they really didn't use her.
They didn't use his mother at all.
Right.
Like, she was on the bus and she was in the kitchen.
But you know what? I think, I
say this, understand where I'm coming from. I say this because Kimberly Elise is a very, very good actress. She's a very good actress.
Absolutely.
That's why I was kind of weirded by the fact. Because she's not only a good actress, and they didn't use this character that much either, Roger Guinevere Smith is an amazing actor. Okay? He's the guy that did like the one-man show of being oh my god, who was the Huey P. Newton.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He did that one man performance, sitting in a chair, just like he's a beast. He was the dude that was retarded from Do the Right Thing. They're gonna bury him. Yeah. So he's a good actor. And I feel like him and Kimberly Elise, they just got undercut by the script. It just didn't give them much to do.
The thing about Roger was he was AJ. He was Austin Jacobs, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was AJ.
He did. I don't know. Does he normally do that soft voice? But I couldn't tell. Okay, because I was just. It was kind of weirding me out. I was like, "Are you whispering on?"
He had the same soft voice in All About the Benjamins.
Okay. Yeah. Even with Kimberly Elise, I mean, like I said, it kind of because when you see her in the film, you're like, oh, they're gonna use her because again, she is a good actress, but I can also see why they didn't because they could have gone down that route, but I think it's because the story is more about Malcolm and his friends.
No, and that's why I think I don't
yeah.
have an issue with it. It's a point that I can bring up, and I can understand if people do have an issue with it, but I personally do not.
And as far as
I think the film is perfect.
And as far as Zoe Kravitz, I just want more of her and everything anyway.
Zoe Kravitz is a very attractive person. Her acting range, I question because they typically don't do much with her in film. She's always like a side character or an afterthought or a background image.
Mm-hmm. But I think you know what I think that is though. I think you can't have another man in front of her acting and him actually like remember his lines. Like I don't think our boy Malcolm
would not have remembered.
Yeah, I don't think our boy Malcolm was remembering his lines when he was doing. Like I think that might have been just real, like nervousness of.
Well, if he saw Mad Max when I saw it, then I wouldn't have been able to deliver.
Just
she's that fine. I also like the fact there was a discussion going around on the internet a while back. They were saying there's this film from the 90s. You've probably seen it. It's called Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stars the kid from The Corner and Samuel L. Jackson and a bunch of other people. And basically it's about this kid who gets stuck in this drug situation and he plays the dealers like chess to win it, to come out strong at the end. But it's a very emotional film because like they kill this girl he likes. They kill his best friend. Like it's a very, very dark film. It's an amazing film. It's a fucking classic as far as I'm concerned. And they were Complex or some site wrote that it was one of the top 10 hip hop films of all time. There's not an ounce of hip hop in that fucking film. Not one.
See, when people say hip hop, they think black.
Like right, and which I think is belittling our black film culture. Like they call that a hip hop film because when you were listening to hip hop, you was also watching this movie. Versus Belly, which is actually a hip hop film, which is a piece of shit. Like it's like those are actual hip hop films. Dope is a hip hop film.
It's
a very good hip hop film. Right. Like the soundtrack for Dope, I've been listening to it on Spotify. Amazing.
It might be one of the best hip hop films we have.
I'm going through the list in my head. If you count Juice as a hip hop film, I might like Dope more than Juice. I'm saying if you count Friday, I don't know if people count Friday as a hip hop film.
But here's
only one rapper in it, and he really wasn't rapping when he did that film, so I don't even know if that counts.
Here's the reason why you got to call Dope a hip hop film and say it beats all of those because. I mean, they actually talk about hip hop. I mean, it's hip hop. It's like we even get kind of a '90s versus like 2000s, late 2000s hip hop like debates a little bit in this film. I mean, at one point they go to the goddamn record store. They're going through vinyls, yo.
But that's another thing I liked about this film. It didn't shit on new artists.
Nope.
At the behest of older classic artists, like they talked about the '90s being the golden era, and that's accurate. But when A$AP Rocky asked the main character, when he asked Malcolm, yo, what rappers you like? He was like, oh, I like Cassie Veggies. I like Cassie Veggies. I'm 30 years old. I like Cassie Veggies. Vince Staples is in this film. Fuck Tiger. And that was the best moment I've seen on screen this summer.
That's all you gotta say about that shit.
Because that was amazing.
Yeah,
but like,
great.
I think Vince Staples got a dope EP out that he put. Cassie Veggies is a dope ass artist. A$AP Rocky is a dope artist. He released a record like 3 weeks ago. So they don't. And this film was co-produced by I Am Other, which is Pharrell's company, and Revolt Films, which is Sean Combs. Stuff like that, like when and I give Puffy credit. Besides the Notorious film, when he actually co-produces or co-executive produces something, like he did that documentary about the black football team. I cannot remember what it was called. It was so good though. He makes sure that the product is great, and I think that him and Pharrell, Pharrell is definitely in this film. The music that they play as the band is so NERD. It's just dope.
No, you can tell. Like, you don't have to see or look it up beforehand. You can tell when Pharrell's had had a hand in producing a film. You can just tell. It's just there. You had that feeling in it. But yeah. Hello?
I just no, I'm here.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, it was so many good scenes. I mean, the story was straight. Um, the whole drug part of the film was comical, and I was a little scared for these kids at the same time.
Yeah.
They deal with like black on black violence, which is not a thing, but they deal with it.
And not in a preachy way. Like, I think that's the other thing I like about this film. It's actually not preachy, and it's not preachy in a way of, hey, you black people need to do better. And even though Malcolm and his friends are geeks and are different, and are not trying to go into that drug life, it still doesn't feel like it's a drug movie. It doesn't feel like it's them, just going down. It doesn't feel like that kind of film that we've seen a thousand times. And the end of the film is really just one of those, man. Like, it's really one of the. I fucking feel good, man.
No, it was really good. I felt good after watching it. And the bully that was picking on Malcolm, that was the guy that got shot in Selma that started the fucking riots. That started the
I
walking
knew he
across
looked
the bridge.
familiar.
That's who that was.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think it was a well casted film. I think for the people behind them to be behind them, the music was amazing. I think the writing was good. I think the jokes were very hit, very little miss. I was cracking up. Like, I think ASAP Rocky did a good job. I think Tyga did an amazing job. That nigga deserves an Oscar.
So here's the great thing about Rick Famuyiwa.
Bianca, the chick did amazing. Was amazing. What was her name?
Oh,
what was her name in the film?
Lily.
Lily.
Yeah.
No. The drug was Lily. Diggy. Her name was Diggy.
Diggy. Okay. On that Lily. But so the director is one of the names that has been floating around, and I'm hoping that happens. There have been two black directors that Marvel's been talking to. One is Ava DuVernay, and Rick Famuyiwa is another name that they've been talking to. I'm really hoping what happens is that Marvel gets them both. And I don't care which one. Like, it would be great to, I don't care which one gets a Black Panther movie and which one gets another movie, but it would be great to see both of them, get something from Marvel and get on board at Marvel, because, there are so many talented directors out there, and I don't even think it necessarily has to be the Black Panther film that either one of them does, because they're both talented enough. I would love to see them just do bigger films if they want to. Because, I mean, that's the biggest thing we always talk about when we talk about these films, is everybody's like, well, they didn't get such and such. Well, did they even want to do the film? But
I would like to interview him because I'm a mess of killing his name. I would like to interview him because he did The Wood, he did Brown Sugar, and he did Talk to Me. And Talk to Me is probably one that a lot of people haven't seen. That's got Don Cheadle in it as this like 1960s radio jockey or radio personality.
I think I've heard about that one.
That it's hilarious. Like, and Brown Sugar's hip hop element is amazing. I also think that the film Brown Sugar is corny, but the hip hop element is amazing. So I mean, I could see him. I would just like to see him do more black films, period, because he hadn't done anything since Our Family Wedding, and I've never seen that film. I remember it, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like, it's always funny when you hear people say there's not no black directors, and you're right. There isn't. But I also think that part of the reason is just that Hollywood isn't looking, and Hollywood isn't giving them a chance. Because when you see a film like this and see how well they put this film together, it's a well put together film. It's hilarious. It's funny. I mean, there's not a lot of action scenes in there, but the ones that are there are pretty good. It's like, how do you not get somebody like this, a higher profile in directing films, and you get other people that are shitty at doing these comedies and things like that? How does that happen? And it's frustrating because you see talent here. And like I said, I highly recommend this film to anybody. I mean, we all know the events has been going on today, and hell, shit, the entire 2015. Dope is the movie you want to go to see. This is a good way to go out, spend your money on Dope,
Dope is a great summer film.
No pun intended. But it's a great summer film. It's a great film just to take your mind off of what else is going on. If you want to leave out of the film and just have a smile. Like when we left, we had smiles on our faces because that's all you can do when you get done with this film. I mean, it's going to have you feeling great when you leave this film. And we can't sing the praises of it enough. I mean, you need to go out and see Dope. I mean, this is going to be the only time Movie Trailer Reviews ever tells you to go out and get some dope in your life. But go out and get some dope.
And then they got Albie Shore's son in this film.
Mm-hmm.
So they just got rappers all around. Oh, and there's some cameos that are just, what the fuck. There was one more thing. I like the way they handled the dealing with the drug issue.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way they did that. Like it was very reminiscent of like Fresh. It was like that was the movie is dope, but that part of it was Fresh.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, not only that, but just because when I first saw the trailers for this movie, because of the way they dress, because of the way that the Malcolm and his friends dress, you're kind of wondering, so is it a 90s film? Like, are they setting in the 90s? And then you realize, oh, no, they're just, it's really set in 2014, 2015, and they just have them dressed like they're in, 1995. So when they deal with the things like the drugs and things like that, it's not a 1995 approach. It's really a 2014, 2015 approach. And like I said, I mean, this is...
Bro, I just got back from New York 2 weeks ago. This is how these niggas dressing. I don't know how they dressing out in L.A., but this is definitely how they dressing in New York.
Well, they mentioned that. I mean, I think you even said...
So they dressing everywhere like this.
Yeah, it's like, it's back. That dress, that way of dressing is back now. So, I still wasn't sure, like, if the film was set in the past or not until they started talking about other things. I was like, oh, no, this is definitely...
I think I was waiting, like, I was trying to figure out what era it was in, and then I think they either said something about Blu-rays or they said something about cell phones, and I was like, okay, it's updated. Like, they're current.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, 5 out of 5.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. Like, it lives up to its name and far beyond.
Yeah.
This film is amazing.
Yeah. Again, to me, another one of those films, like, top 5 that deserves all the praise, deserves you to go out there and see it. If you're one of those people, again, I've been in that category of being kind of wary of black films, But when you think about it, we've gotten a lot of black films, and we've learned our lesson. We missed this film, Beyond the Lights. We had Beyond the Lights. We had Top 5. You got Selma. You had this movie Dope. I mean, we're getting a lot of these films that are predominantly black actors in them, but are not of the Tyler Perry like annoyance type films. Like, they're actually well thought out, well directed, well written, well acted films, and fucking I love it. Like, these are not your Think Like a Man 2 bullshit. Your Kevin Hart films. No. The ones that don't take any fucking thought. Hey, if you like those films, fine, but these are films that are actually are funny, but they're not relying on like the cheapest of laughs. And
it's a film that took work.
Yeah,
like that.
It takes work. It takes skill. It takes skill to make a film like Dope. And God damn it, I'm so fucking glad we saw this film. Like, I was seeing, I think Sterling from Game of the Then, they saw it before, and they were like, "Oh man, you got to go see the film." But even before they even said that, I knew I wanted to see this film when I was seeing some trailers for it. And I was like, I really hope we get a screener for this because I'm gonna pay for it anyway. I'm gonna see it again this weekend myself.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to see it again.
I gotta pay for it. I mean, when I see a black film like this that is actually really, really good,
you gotta put your money up.
I gotta put my money up for it. Like, it's not enough for me just to go see it. Because I saw it for free. I need to go out there and put some money towards it because it's fucking worth it. I did the same thing with Top 5.
Did you know that? Do you think that Rachel Dolezal was at the screener for this, and that's why she's going through what she's going through now? Because the film was just so good, she got Dolezal.
It might be that might be what happened, yo.
This film might be 5 out of 5 Dolezals, dog.
Yeah,
like,
5 out of 5 Dolezals.
5 out of 5, you got Dolezal.
You got Dolezal.
You got solved.
Yeah, she was their friend from band camp who thought wondering why she can't say nigger.
God don't make mistakes, but that is one useless bitch.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. She is so fucking useless.
So goddamn useless. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. This is a review for Dope. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
Yep, 5 out of 5.
Go see this film. Honestly, it's you. I mean, we're saying it's a black film, but I know we got white listeners who listen to. You want to go see this film too. I mean, it's good. It's a great all around film. I mean,
and you're immersing yourself in dope culture, not black culture, dope culture.
It's dope
so go
culture.
see the film.
Yeah, you're gonna want to see this film. I mean, it is gonna make you laugh. I mean, there was a white guy, I think on my right, on my right, who was dying. So it's a great film. It's gonna catch you off guard. It's not gonna be what you expect, and you're gonna fucking love it. And again, like, it was a 5 out of 5 throughout the entire film, but shit, that the damn monologue at the end might have raised it to 6 out of 5 to tell you the truth. So, because goddamn, that was some stand up and clap. You guys know how much Phenom hates clapping in films. Like,
dude, I clapped.
Like it is to the point where he almost gets violent because of the clapping. It's like, why are you people clapping?
Yeah, I would literally stand up and turn around and be like, what the fuck are you clapping for?
No, this is one of the ones you kind of. The film ain't even over. You're clapping yourself. You're just like, damn, that was a mic drop. We
need to make up a rating called "Needs More Stars." Because this one needs more stars.
Yeah, man, it needs more stars. Like this. Yeah. This might be, and again, you guys know how much I loved Age of Ultron and all the other films this year. This might be my favorite film of the year so far, just because of, again, I hate using these kind of words, but it is dope. It's a dope fucking film. So
it is.
Go fucking see it. All right. Again, guys, thank you guys very much for listening. MovieTrailerReviews.net. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review, and I'll read it on the Insanity Check. Don't forget to check out the MTR Premium Network. I have some announcements to be making on things that are coming up for Movie Trailer Reviews on Sunday's Insanity Check. But the best way to help out Movie Trailer Reviews and get us to do everything we need to do, don't worry about donations. Just buy a premium account. It's $8 a month, guys. It gets you content, so you get something for it, and it helps us out. And it's a great way of donating to the show. Like I said, I think everybody who's doing it now, and like I said, we have plenty of content coming out. I got got another Hell No Cupid I'm recording on Sunday. So sign up for the premium MTR Premium account. Just go to movietrailerreviews.net and you'll see the link to sign up for MTR Premium. Don't forget to add our sponsor, tweakedaudio.com. Put the code in reviews. You get 33% off, free shipping, and free lifetime warranty for any earbuds and headphones. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.
Oh, wait. Make sure you listen to Where's My 40 Acres this week. We've been gone for like 2 weeks. And this week, me, Twan, and Mike made sure to have a conversation about social etiquette in the bathroom and avoiding the splash zone for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. We talked about social etiquette in the men's bathroom at the urinal. So,
yeah, you're gonna want to get in on that, guys. You want to get into that. So tearsoforphans.com. So I fucking love that goddamn.
Yep.
Oh, man, one day we gotta.
Tearsoforphans.com.
Oh, that's so good. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening. Again, the film is dope. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.